podcast where we take a real-life humorous look at life in Lincolnshire, as well as interview some amazing people who are doing some fantastic things in the county. Hello and welcome to episode 13 with Lizi and Hanna! Hanna doesn't even know she's here. There is no lag, Hanna. I don't know why there was so much of a gap there.
Because I wasn't expecting you to do that, because you usually just introduce me and then I go, hello! And it confused me having to say my own name instead of hello.
Oh, guys, strap in. You are in for a podcast. If Hanna can't even be bothered to say her own name or remember what she's called, you are in for a podcast and a half.
Yeah.
You will notice it's just Lizi and Hanna again. We seem to have just removed Danny completely. Maybe we'll take his picture off. How will he feel about that?
We're not going to do that. How very dare you? I'm going to put my foot down and protect my little Daniel.
My little Daniel. No,
He
Daniel.
is shorter than me.
Daniel, if you're listening to this, which you had better be, we miss you so much and can't wait for you to rejoin us again.
Yes, we love you lots. Righto then, let's crack on.
Yeah, we've got absolute loads to talk about, and I'm assuming I've got a lot of people on the edge of their seats wanting to know what happened with my gym introduction into the world of gymming.
Gymming?
Gymming.
Oh.
And fear not, people, because I will not let you down with that update. So I did do as promised. I did join the gym. It was quite hard to join the gym, actually. I thought it was pretty easy. There was like appointments and inductions and options. It was very difficult.
Wait. I've already got images of you, podcasters, listeners. If you watch Miranda, you know, when she goes to the gym and she just wants to jump into ball pool and stuff like that. I've got images of you thinking that the gym's like this amazing place where you could just soiree around. And
I had a membership. It was called a membership meeting. So I assumed that would be like an induction. So I came in like, I was like, I don't know if to come dressed in regular clothes, to come dressed in gym clothes, if I get to get started then. I don't know what to do. So I figured I'd just, come in gym clothes. And it turned out
I was
it wasn't
going
one of those.
I was going to say, I mean, it's been lockdown, mate. Over the last 18 months, have you not learned anything? That wherever you go, it is acceptable to go in tracksuit bottoms and yoga pants.
So it was an actual membership meeting. So it was just decide what tier I wanted to be in. So I've decided to trick, because I know I'm flighty. I'll be like, I'm going to do the gym. And then the next minute I'll be like, I'm going to, because, I've been writing children's books and didn't finish them. Started to learn the ukulele, haven't finished that. The other day I decided I wanted to write a romance novel. I've plotted it out, but I haven't started it. I am a bit flighty, so I decided that I would commit myself. So there was an option where it was cheaper to pay per month, but you are committed for 12 months. You can't leave for that. So I thought that for me, that's the best option, because it will force me to go, because I'm tight. I am tight with money. So if I am paying for it, I'll force myself to go, because it will feel like a waste. Well, I say it will feel like a waste. My husband will be very mad at me for paying for something and not going to it. So I feel like that was the best way forward. So I did join. I did get an induction. I did actually manage to do the gym on that thing, because it all figured out there was a spot for me to do it. And I've been twice. And I've actually genuinely enjoyed it.
So you've not been one of these gym videos that goes round on social media where you're like hung upside down by your neck and stuff like this with all cable weights tied around you and stuff.
That is potentially to come, because so I had the induction, and she's also like a trainer, so she's sort of advising me what I should and shouldn't use and stuff to start off with. And there's one of these pieces of equipment that you have to, it's like a thigh exercise, because she asked what I wanted to do more, and obviously from last week's podcast I wanted to get rid of my thunder thighs is what I said to her. So we did a lot of look to the thigh weights and stuff like that to try and sort of do that, and you have to bend your body weirdly into these machines and then cram it, close it down on you, so it's got the best resistance, so then push your legs backwards and forwards.
It was a pushy one, it wasn't the open leg.
Oh, there is that one as well.
Oh.
None of these equipments are easy to leave, so you can get in them and set them up. And then she was like, right, shall we move on? And I was like, how do I get out? And I nearly fell off every single bit of equipment. So that is to come, because I'm the clumsiest person ever, and I will absolutely be on the floor of that gym a lot of the times trying to leave, because it traps you in. It's like a prison.
Well, yeah, that's why gym people are thin, because they can't get off.
It's escape from the equipment. Quite possibly. It is hard work getting out of those gyms. Even that one where you have to put your legs either side of it and straddle it and then like push it close. It's so hard to leave that. Because I was like, this is one leg at a time trying to get it over with, especially after you've exercised, because like your legs become weaker, don't they? Having done that. So I was like, trying to get out. All these like big burly men are like, whoa, and I can leave it no problem. I was like trapped.
You do know, don't you, that each piece of equipment has like a reset bit that sets it into a position to allow you to get out. You don't have to. You don't have to struggle and crawl like a zombie across the equipment. It's got like a little lever that you just reset it back to a neutral position.
I try not to touch stuff because of COVID. I didn't know.
I'm crying.
Well, I know now.
I've got images of you crawling over equipment.
Those images would be correct.
Friends are going to be listening to this thinking, you utter plonker.
Those other people in the gym must have been like, who's this new gym? What is she doing? There's also the fun bit where when you've gone onto equipment after someone else who's like really ripped, and then like, let me just move those weights up to the very top. Not a chance.
The best thing is when somebody's come on after you, they're going to be like, wow, this person has just naturally really wide legs. This person walks like John Wayne. In actual fact, he's good old 5'4" you.
So we've all learned something today. So less of me. What have you been on?
Well, you know that I said I was doing more outdoorsy stuff because the gym's not for me for various reasons, but I wish I'd have been there when you were crawling off it.
It's clearly for you. You know how to leave the equipment better. You already one step ahead of me.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, outdoorsy stuff. I decided to sign up to something. This is amazing. It's a good combination activity. And the combination activity that I did was paddle and a pint.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's on a Friday night this sounds really bad, but it's on a Friday night in Grimsby Dock.
We can't be trashing Grimsby because Amy listens to this podcast.
Yes. So yeah, it's on a Friday night in Grimsby Dock, and you get your paddleboard out, you go paddling for an hour, and then you all slap your paddleboards back into the back of your car, and then head to the pub and have a pint. And I think, just based on sort of COVID and the last year and stuff, it's great to get outside. It's great to see people, and it's great to be able to sit and have a sociable beverage with
sociable beverage.
Yes.
That sounds like one you all share.
We don't share beverages. Let me just disclaimer: we don't share beverages. But it's nice, isn't it, to have that some form of normality, but still also doing a bit of exercise. I mean, the exercise is completely wasted because you then have a sociable beverage afterwards.
Well, it's not wasted because you were potentially going to have that beverage anyway. And,
yeah, it's a Friday night.
And you've worked it off.
Yeah, so it's actually really good. Met some new people, made some new friends, and hopefully that will long continue as my Friday night activity. Haven't times changed? When you get over 30, your Friday night activities become sitting on a paddleboard in some murky water in Grimsby Dock.
If 21-year-old Hannah could hear that.
I know.
Amazing. It sounds fantastic. And I think actually we have to talk about one of the massive things that's happening, not just in Lincolnshire right now, but in all of England. Because at the time of record of this, this is Wednesday day that we're recording this. When this goes out on Sunday, we may or may not be in, is it the first Euro final we've ever been in, or at least the first for in my lifetime?
Fine. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we're going into the semi-final tonight, aren't we?
Semi-final tonight against Denmark. That's not happened yet. Obviously, when you're listening to this will have happened. So either you're saying, "Don't talk to me about it anymore," or you're like, "Come on!" I'm gonna go with you're saying, "Come on," because I can't see anything else other than us winning it. So I am in that very positive mindset now, and it's amazing. Like, it's fantastic to see. I think it is interesting to see the change of thought, because obviously when we came into this and all the team sheets were out, everyone was absolutely very much on Southgate about how he's made terrible decisions, he's really bad, Southgate out was being chanted all the time, like, the lineup was bad, where is our saviour Grealish, for example, all of that stuff, really, really, really bad. And then we've got this back. We've actually played really well, and all of a sudden he's our saviour. Let's have a petition to put a statue of him somewhere. Like, how fickle! How fickle are we all? All of a sudden.
Well, we are, aren't we? Because you've heard commentators been like, he's had a really bad game, and then at end of game when he scored an hat-trick, they're like, I knew he were brilliant from minute one. We always get that, don't we? But let me just lay down the law here. So,
all right, Sheriff Hanna.
Here we go. So, as a sports person, let's look at England's record, shall we? And let's put Southgate into this.
Maybe let's not.
Yeah. But I think I saw something earlier that England have only ever been in 6 semi-finals. I can't remember if that was World Cups and Euros or just Euros, but they've only been in 6. It must be World Cups as well. And Southgate is, party to, or has helped us get into 2 of those 6. So let's be honest, he has done a good job. I appreciate that he has done some, weird choices. He's made some weird choices, but they've paid off. And I'm not gonna lie, the Germany game, I was worried. When the team sheet came out, I genuinely thought he's either really, really brave or he's really, really scared, and we're just going to sit back and defend. Yeah,
he has, over the whole sort of tournament, really very much laid out a defensive side. Yeah. He's been criticised quite heavily for that, because he's by nature a defender, and that's where his talents lie, and everyone has critiqued the fact that we've not been attacking or had a lot of creativity in the side to get the balls up. And the worry is that if we are a defensive side, what we're doing is inviting attack. Rather than going on the other way. But he has got a good balance. Actually, when we've played those games, we have been very defensive, but actually we have had that creativity, and it's come from people that we didn't expect. So the people that weren't on the pitch that we expected to provide that creation for, it came from others. So we, sometimes I feel like we just need to sort of trust, because he's seen something in training that we're not. Yeah. And he's gone.
He's the pro. Yeah. He's the manager. So at the end of the day, just pipe down and let him do his job.
At the end of the day, he's not going on like no information. He's my mate. I'll pop it
in. Like picking names out of an hat.
It's been provided on something, and he has done a good job. What actually struck me quite heavily is when we had the Ukraine game, at the end of that match, I might have already said this to you, Hannah, the Ukraine fans and the players all sat there and did that clapping thing, didn't they? And it was beautiful. It was lovely to see. They were all sat there clapping together, and even though they'd lost, they were sort of, supporting each other through that like this. So the players were clapping the fans were clapping the players for getting this far and everything like that. I thought about if this was the other way around and England had gone out, our fans, and I'm including myself in this, would tend to leave straight away, be really angry. We've thrown things at the pitch sometimes. In absolute disgrace and disgust. And that's sad. That is really sad. And that needs to be eradicated from football, I think, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Because it's not like they've come and they didn't want to play. Like, sometimes they just aren't good enough to get to the next stage and things like that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's why can't we stand there and do that with them? Like, if they're coming over to clap us, you should clap them back. Like, it was beautiful to see Ukraine do that, and it made me think that actually we as fans need to get better at that.
Yeah, well, do you know what really acts me off? I mean, we're going off topic of the actual game here, but what really acts me off is that we're petitioning for kick racism out and things like that. And
that's not what's hacking you out.
Well, no, I really like that. I really want to support that. And the whole taking a knee thing, I understand to both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
It does stand for something, but has it lost its special touch? I totally appreciate that. But during the England-Germany game, the England fans were booing the Germans during the German national anthem. No. On all levels, that is wrong.
Absolutely.
We need to support and respect everyone. It doesn't matter whether you don't like them. It doesn't matter what happened in the wars 50, 60 years ago. You're on that football pitch, and in terms of sportsmanship, you show respect to your opponent. You never ever do anything like that. I just thought that were disgusting, absolutely disgusting, and that's me on my soapbox.
I agree, but it wasn't actually just the German national anthem. I believe we booed the Scottish one.
Yes, yeah, and it's just so
potentially
annoying.
even ones before that. I don't understand why we're doing the national anthem, because I understand having football rivalries and stuff like that. Absolutely, the national anthem isn't anything to do with that. That's the country as a whole.
Yeah,
so if you're booing that national anthem, you're booing that country.
That really,
and
really
also,
annoys
it's
me.
less a pantomime, and you're not eight. Pack it in.
Oh no, he isn't.
It's just not. Not okay. So if you listen to this and you are a booer, pack it in. It's not okay.
Yeah, but let's end on a light note, shall we? Gareth Southgate buried the demons. Euro '96, we beat Germany.
He did. Hey, do you know what a great match. What a great. My son's fat. I mean, he's getting on board with it. He's enjoying it. I've taught him the England chants and stuff like that. So he's getting on board with it. It's beautiful. I'm a suspicious fan, so I've not washed my shirt since we've had a really good streak.
Suspicious? You're superstitious.
Yes.
Suspicious fan.
I'm a superstitious and a suspicious fan.
What were you saying at the start? That it were going to be me with my words that got them wrong? I'm a suspicious fan.
This has been you laughing at me throughout this entire podcast.
Yeah, it has, mate. It has. You've brightened up my day. Predictions for tonight.
Predictions for tonight. Oh, this is not difficult to do because we're doing this prediction knowing that everyone knows what the answer is already.
I know it is, but they're going to want to know what our thought process was. Oh, well, anybody wants to know what's going on in our brains, so let's give them an insight.
Take a seat. The thing is, again, because of my superstitions, I'm doing the football fantasy UEFA thing. And on that, you can predict match predictions on there. And on I think it was the Germany game, I accidentally did it the wrong way around. So I accidentally predicted Germany to win, and we smashed it. So I was worried then that I was like, if I predict us to lose, we'll win. So I predicted us to lose on the Ukraine match, and obviously we smashed that. So now I've got to predict us to lose so that we win.
Because you're superstitious. Yeah, because you're suspicious.
I'm suspicious about the superstition. So with that in mind, I think it will be a 2-1 victory to Denmark.
Which actually means 2-1 victory to England.
Well, no, if I was predicting England, I think we'll keep our clean sheet.
Oh, good. Okay.
Which, by the way, I think I'm the most proud of in the whole run of the tournament, that we've kept a clean sheet this far. That's what an achievement.
Good. It's
well
very,
done.
very good. Very good.
I'm Pickford's biggest critique because he took out Van Dijk early on in the season, and I won't forgive him for that. So going into this tournament, I was not impressed that he was our number one keeper, as were not many. But I'm just going to take that back and take a chance to actually say, Pickford, well done.
Yeah, bravo. I mean, God. In terms of penalties.
And the rest of the defence, obviously.
Well, the team, let's just be honest, they have
well done.
Exceeded my expectations.
Well done, 3 lines. If whatever happens tonight, I'm proud.
Yeah, I think, I I know you're completely wrapped up in it, aren't you? Like you are.
We've watched every match we have at our
Honestly,
house.
minute by minute, you have watched it intently, haven't you?
Yeah, my husband's very lucky because I know wives everywhere are really annoyed that their TV has been given away, but I have it on before he does, so.
Yeah, I have the football on, but I have to admit that I am part Swiss and I am part Welsh.
We are part Welsh. What's the great thing about that, though, is if your team does badly, you've got a fallback team.
It's brilliant, isn't it? So far, I can support anybody that I want. So I supported Wales because my granddad on my mum's side is Welsh, or was Welsh, so I could support them. We love to holiday in Wales. My other half grew up in Wales, so I have that connection to Wales. So I was like, it's not, auntie's uncle's granddad's sister that's Welsh or something like. I genuinely have this blood connection. So yeah, I supported Wales. They got knocked out. My grandma on my dad's side is Swiss, hence why my name is spelt wrong to some people without the h on the end. Hanna. So yeah, I could support Switzerland, and I thought Switzerland did really, really well, exceeded expectations.
They did.
Then they got knocked out. So now I'm on the England bandwagon because I am also a bit English.
Well, I am technically fully English, but my husband is half Welsh, and my Welsh, yes.
You get mixed up with your name and the nationality.
My name is Welch, and he is half Welsh. It's been very confusing over the years. A lot of people at school used to go, "Is your name Johnny Welch because you're Welsh?" Because he obviously, he started off in Wales, so he had a Welsh accent when he went to school to begin with. So that was hilarious. And thus far, my son is a quarter Welsh and could play for either team when he's, obviously an amazing footballer. Yeah. So yeah, I was very much cheering on Wales, which was beautiful. But yeah, it's quite nice to have a half support. To be fair though, even though they don't support us, I sort of want Scotland to do well as well because I'm British. So
British, you're supporting Britain.
Them all to do well, and I was sad that they didn't get further.
The home nations, you'd like the home nations to do well. Yeah, well, we've got Olympics coming up, and we compete as Great Britain in that. So let's be lovely. Inclusive. Yes,
it is very much so. And so you haven't given us your prediction. What is it going to be?
Oh, I genuinely think it's going to be a draw, and it is going to go to extra time and potentially penalties. But I think if it goes to penalties, believe it or not, I can't believe I'm saying this, if it goes to penalties, I think England will win.
You see, I mean, obviously no one wants it to go to penalties because we know our back history with those.
No, let's not. Let's not, because Southgate is going to turn this around. He knows how bad penalties were, and he has worked his magic.
I don't want it to go to penalties because there's an awful way, awful. It was awful for the match last night. Awful way to come out of a semi-final. Absolutely, no one wants that, and it's a lot of pressure on one single player instead of the team, which is awful. Also, other than obviously England, my favourite keeper is Casper. He's just the loveliest, and I'd have to wish him not well.
You would, yeah.
And I don't want to have to do that. So yeah, it's
Denmark. They've been through a lot this tournament.
They have. So this is what my husband brought up, because obviously they have had a rocky start to the tournament. What happened with Eriksson was awful for everyone who watched it, and obviously for the Denmark team, really awful. And our best wishes go out. Not that they'll listen to this podcast ever, but in case, so our best wishes will go out to them. But if this was a film, and that you'd absolutely write a film about that. Yeah. They'd be winning this tournament, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Like, they've been through that trials. They've gone further. Like, all of the nations are pretty much behind them, by the ones that they're playing. Like, that this has got, best-selling film all over it. I don't want England to be the villains.
Yeah.
Because that's what my husband said. He was like, if we end up playing them, we might be the villains that knock them out. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that could be it. But also, I just want Southgate to do well, bless him. He's been through enough.
I do. And do you know what? If we get to the final, I mean, it'd be amazing. Yeah. I honestly want us to do well. I can't see us being Italy. I can't, just because.
Well, that's okay, because I've worked in Malta for quite some time, and a lot of Maltese people.
You can't claim Italy. I want us to do so well I think if we get to the final, we have done so well, and I am very proud of that. And if we were going to go out to any team, Denmark and Italy are amazing ones to go out to.
Yeah.
If we do go out to Denmark, I want Denmark to win it.
Yeah, definitely, just for the fairy tale ending
for the film.
And for the film, yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be a really sad ending for the film.
It is, yeah. So any film producers listening, hit us up.
I'll play anyone.
Yeah.
So we have jumped forward in time because we had to come back. Because when we recorded this, it was the Wednesday night, and England hadn't played yet, and we were all doing our predictions of what we thought would happen, and we were very being positive about, I'm sure we'll be in the final, but both of us maybe secretly didn't dare to hope and believe. But we're in the final. And it's tonight. So as you're listening to it, you should all, hopefully, I assume, whatever you're doing, be getting ready with whatever you're doing tonight. And how exciting is that, Hannah? We had to come back and we had to just cover this for 10 minutes.
I know. Well, spoiler alert, England are in the final, just in case anybody doesn't know.
Who's got to Sunday and doesn't know England are in the final, even if you don't follow football?
There will be some, like I said, I think I've been living under a rock because I'd not heard the new England song, had I?
Well, I've been in the same rock with you, mate, because I've not heard it either. You're over, in fact, I'm still in the rock. You've come out.
I've come out and I've heard the new England song. We won't go into detail. Controversial.
You can guess Hannah's thoughts on that.
I'm just going to say it's not Three Lions or World in Motion, is it? I'm just going to put that out there. It's just not. It's not. It's a good song.
What is your favourite football song? I'd say the top three are probably World in Motion, Football's Coming Home, and Vindaloo. It's probably the top three. Which is your favourite?
I mean, as a Liverpool fan, watching John Barnes rap is like the highlight of your musical life, isn't it?
It is good, but honestly, that's probably my third. It's probably my out of the three. It's probably my least. I just don't think it's as rousing as the other ones. Like I can't shout it out loudly with passion. It's a great song, but I don't feel like being in a crowd of football fans and singing that out. Like, whereas the other two, I could absolutely shout out loud. I think for me, it's definitely Football's Coming Home. I actually, so we've got a few Alexas around the house and you can broadcast them out. So I did that Thursday morning when I was really excited about it. I just broadcast Football's Coming Home everywhere and stood on my landing and just danced around like an absolute idiot.
Yeah, I think that, man, I don't know because I like them all. Not the new one. I'm not including the new one because it is just a song. It's not an anthem.
Are you including like an Ant and Dec's version in this?
No. No.
It's amusing to watch the video in because they're quite young. They are really young in it. It's got Sven-Goran Eriksson, which I forget about every so often. Then I see him, I'm like,
yeah. I don't know. I mean, Vindaloo is. It's catchy.
It is,
it's
and they redid it this year, so I feel like that's our song.
Yeah, they did. Will Mel?
Yeah.
Two packets of crisps. Yeah,
pint of lager and two packets of lager and a packet of crisps. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's been a weird week, mate. I'm still coming down from the high of Wednesday.
Right, let's just recap on that match a little bit, actually. While you have a chance to think about which is your favourite between Vindaloo and Football's Coming Home. I'm going to need an answer by the end of this.
Oh, no. Pressure.
So Wednesday, I watched a lot of that from behind a cushion. Like that might have been the tensest match I've ever seen, ever. I say ever. The Liverpool Borussia Dortmund one was fairly tense.
I mean, we've had a few close calls with Liverpool, but I think if we're talking national team,
it was just so tense because we were like, both sides were pressing so much. Like it wasn't like, I mean, we had better possession, stuff like that. You know, controversial penalty aside, I feel like we deserved to win because we were pressing more, but they were not giving. And when they had their attack, they were good. Like it was, you know, we could have been press, but give one good attack from them and it'd been gone. And I absolutely did not want it to go to penalties, obviously.
See, I suggested, obviously, that I thought it was going to be 1-1 and go to penalties. So when it went to 2-1, I was so relieved. So relieved. But, I mean, can we give credit to the England team?
because they've come from a goal down to win, and that's not something that they've had to do because obviously they had a clean sheet.
We've had a clean sheet, yeah.
You know, until then. So psychologically, I mean, that must have been an absolute like stab to the heart to try and come from a goal down when they've not actually done it yet in this major tournament. So all credit to Southgate for being able to keep the team on side, keep them roused, keep them motivated, and keep that belief that they could actually win it from a goal down. So,
and it was clearly there because we got that first goal for us not long after that, did we at all? Like it really, I can leave a football match feeling frustrated if I don't think that we've gone out there wanting it.
Yeah,
but they wanted that. They did want that. And even if we'd have lost that match, I'd have been, I mean, I wouldn't have been as happy as I was now, but I would have been proud because they clearly wanted that. And as soon as, even when we went 1-0 down, you could tell that goal was coming.
Yeah.
Because they were striving for it. And we kept pressing all the way through. Even when we took the lead, it would have been very easy to park the bus when we got that extra goal in.
Research.
But they would kept going.
Let's have a look at match statistics. And let's see, I'm doing Danny's job for him now.
Doing a bit of sports analysis, are we?
So, yeah, total shots, 20 to England, 6 to Denmark. Shots on target, 10 to England, 4 to Denmark. So, technically...
Only a half our shots were on target. That's not a good stat.
Yeah, well...
It'll have been all them ones that Sterling skied.
Although this one is quite surprising because, like you were saying, we were pressing, we were creating chances.
Yeah, very much so.
Ball possession, 58% to England, 42% to Denmark. I thought it would have been much higher than that to England.
Thought much higher.
It felt like we had a lot of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, corners were pretty much even, 6-5. Fouls, 10-21. Denmark, naughty.
Oh, we were getting fouled left, right, and centre though.
A yellow card piece and big chances. I mean, I'm not where big chances has come from. I didn't know that was an official statistic.
Chances are chances, isn't it?
Apparently, England had 4 big chances to Denmark's 0 big chances.
Well, they've got to have at least one big chance. They scored a goal.
I don't know.
Where are you getting these stats from?
I don't know. So there's your quick overview.
We did do well. And I was genuinely so proud. Just actually being in a final.
Yeah.
Like, it's not in my lifetime have England been in a final, like, ever. Yeah. So... I mean, it's unfortunate it's on Sunday night. I'm obviously going to keep the kids up because I want them to experience this because it might not happen again in their lifetime. So I want them to experience it, absolutely. Yeah. I think there'll be a lot of tired children at school the next morning, although some schools are doing this thing's going around, not unfortunately my kids' schools, but they're not starting till like 10:30, 11 the next day, like for some. So if they hadn't watched it, they'd go in at normal time. But for those that want to keep the kids to have a bit of a lie-in, clever on school's parts, to be honest, because if you've ever seen a tired child, you don't want them anywhere near you. You most certainly don't want a classroom full of them.
Have you ever seen a tired teacher? Because you certainly don't want one of them near you either.
Right, okay, so before we circle back to your favourite song, which you will have to go over, let's have some score predictions. England, Italy, go.
Oh, man. I don't know.
They are quite the squad.
I know. Oh, God, putting me on the spot. Right, okay. As much as I want and I'm willing England to win, I think it's going to be 3-2 to Italy. I think it's going to be high scoring. I genuinely do think it's going to be.
It better be high scoring, because if it's a really dull 0-0 final and then it goes to penalties, that'll be.
I don't think Southgate would allow that. I think Southgate's going to say, "Right, lads, grab it by the bits and let's go." I genuinely
Those are the words you'll use, but
I genuinely don't think that he is going to sit back and defend. I think he is just going to say, look, go all out, absolutely just go for it. And I think we may make some mistakes in that, but I think Southgate is is willing enough to do something extraordinary to see if it pays off.
He's been bang on every single match with his strategy, so I've got faith in him. I think if we were ever going to win one, it's going to be this one. It's at Wembley. It's going to most of our fans will be there. Hopefully not repeating their behaviour from the Denmark game, but we'll leave that there. But they will be there. However, as I said beforehand, and it was accurate again, I have to predict that we lose for us to win. So actually, I actually do think we're in with a shout. We're the underdogs, but I think they could underestimate us. So I think we are actually in with a shout of winning it. However, for luck's sake, I'm going to predict this to be 4-2 Italy.
So you're going goal heavy as well. So you say 4-2 Italy, you actually mean 4-2 England, but we're just not going to say it.
Well, I did predict 2-1 Denmark moments ago. I don't know. However, no, I've got Italy 4-2. I was like, because I have to, I spilt salsa on my shirt and I washed it because I can't wash it. Because I'll wash the lookout, because I'm a suspicious fan. My colleague Sarah said she started watching the match with her mum on Wednesday, and that we were losing, so they thought they might be unlucky, so they turned it off. And when they turned it off, England scored. So I've told her she can start watching it, but as soon as Italy score, they have to turn it off.
Okay,
and she's promised me. She's promised me that'll be the case. But I think she should start just in case she's not unlucky. But and it was just a coincidence. But yeah, definitely. My son cheering England on. That we've scored every time we start to do that, and I'm keeping him up for this match because he's important.
I've just got visions of you just poking him with a don't fall asleep.
So everything's in play. We are going to go watch it. We are changing locations to watch it, which is a bit of a I know, because we're going to go watch it with my brother, because again, it's something that's never happened before, and it's quite a thing. And I think also Harry's cousins will be there, will help distract him a little bit. So I can watch the game, which is also handy for me.
But you need him to cheer at some opportunity.
I do,
as well.
yeah, but every so often I'll just bring him back in and I'll be like, cheer! And we'll be fine. So all is well. So yeah. Right, okay, so before we go, Hannah, what is it?
Vindaloo.
Vindaloo?
I'm going Vindaloo just because it's quirky, cheeky, chappy, and as soon as you hear that tempo, that beat,
me mum, me dad, and me dad.
as soon as you hear that, you know what it is, and all of a sudden it comes out. No matter where you are, you can be at supermarket, can't you? And all of a sudden you're like, na na na, na, and you're singing to it, aren't you? It don't matter if you're at supermarket or wherever you are, you have to hum, sing, whatever. So yeah, I'm going Vindaloo.
Good choice. Well, wherever you're watching the match, whatever you're doing, let's hope it's a good one. Thanks for listening. So for our next episode, we have with us our brand new CEO for Lincoln City Foundation, Martin Hickerton, and you are going to have a treat, listeners, for the next episode, our next special, because you're going to get to listen to us interview our new boss.
And potentially lose our jobs.
So if you really want to make us squirm, there is the opportunity to submit your questions now. Submit your questions that you would like us to ask the new CEO of Lincoln City Foundation, all about Lincolnshire, all about Lincoln, about what Lincoln City Foundation stands for, what we do, how much he likes his employees.
Depends how well it goes.
Now is your opportunity to get your questions answered and be heard. So submit them to marketing@lincolncityfoundation.co.uk. The email address is in the comments and we will read them out in the next podcast. Thank you. If you like this or any other episode of the Lincolnshire Buzzcast, please make sure that you let us know. Either like or subscribe to our channel, and then you'll never miss another notification when we drop a podcast. Thank you.